Alexander Sapia, deep breath. Swats it over. Blizniak, back set, machine, destroys it. Before a sprawling Sapia and Alter. Back in a tie. Nobody wants to give up this first set. Bree Habib. Back set, Aaliyah Toppin. Oh! Warded off at the net. Taya Nordman acts as a brick wall. Joined by Bianca Giglio. And we're tied at 16. Prince over for it. Householder with the swing and smites it. Youngstown State pulls within a point. Makes it 12-11. St. Francis, Gabriella Machine, the Rising League Player of the Week, steps in. Lafayette trying to at least tie this setup. Every time they get close, St. Francis strings enough together to keep the lead. Toppin smokes it through. Adds on to the St. Francis lead. It's Chandler Alter's turn to handle the ball. They look to Fezco. Just bats it over. Too easy for Fezco. Saw the opening cross court and took it. Elazong. Back for Lafayette. Sauces it over. Sapia, Irwin's way. Dug out by Wilson. Try Aksu. Another try against those blockers, and this time Lafayette comes up with the point. Abby Nicholson. Nicholson hit .444 with 11 kills last game. Super efficient. 1 point game. Corn Burns off the attempted block by Nicholson. Kill number 4 for Burns. Great start to this game for her. Corey McClure back on the front line for St. Francis. And Haley Atkins behind the line for St. Francis. Sends it long. Lafayette trying to defeat St. Francis for the first time in this series history. This is the third meeting between these programs. These teams haven't played since 2017. Mackenzie Calhoun over the net. Sapia eyes it up. A gift for Corin Burns, who picks up another kill. Her 5th of the evening. Right now, everything she swings at is ending up in points for St. Francis. 19-17 edge for the home squad. Served over by Sapia. Hard try. Nicholson picks it up. Burns and McClure tried their best. Neither of these teams can go on a run. Will one side go on one to make the difference? Fezco across. It's tried by Burns, swatted back, and falls for the point for Lafayette. Destiny McKenzie and Abby Nicholson thwart that try by Burns. All of a sudden, we're knotted up. Fezco continues to serve. Sapio for Gwen Atkins. Nice dig by Goldrup. They tried Destiny McKenzie off the blocks, and it falls off the ricochet. Timeout. St. Francis. Lafayette was trying so many times to finally not only tie this one up, but take the lead as well. This is the first lead of the match so far for Lafayette. Just 5 points away from taking this opening set. How big that would be. St. Francis knows they can't let that happen. That'd be the 4th consecutive set dropped at home today after getting swept by Youngstown State earlier. So a good timeout called by Coach Spielvogel to get everybody back on the same page. St. Francis has never been on the losing side of the Altoona Grand Red Flash Classic that started in 2021. So they're trying to take at least 2 out of 3 matches in the Classic for the 4th consecutive time. St. Francis does not want to be on the wrong side of history when it comes to their own invitational. Fesco remains at the helm behind the line. Gets the whistle from the official. Sapia under it. Fed across to Burns. Off the block. Corinne Burns rattles it through. Kill number 6 on 8 attempts. She's back for the serve. Deadlocked at 20 in the fight for the opening set. The look to Mbeche Oviembo. Her first kill of the evening, and it's a big one. Edges Lafayette closer to taking set number 1. Goldrup serve. Sapia camps under it. Nice dig by Goldrup on the kill attempt by McClure. Sapia looks for Toppin this time, and she fires it through. A pound of the drum. You see in the stands, behind the official at the net. Corey McClure. Dug up by Goldrup. Looks the way of Mbeche Oviembo. Gets kill number 2 on the evening. Well, Mbeche Oviembo quiet in the kills department early in this set. She started to come alive, and well, she has back-to-back games with double-digit kills for the first time this season, so she's really starting to warm up for Coach Wernicke's squad. Wilson with the serve. Lafayette 3 points away from taking the first set. But not if Irwin can help it. Smashes it through. And brings us back to a tie at 22. Gwen Atkins with a deep breath. She knows this is a big serve. Goldrup under it. Wilson sets up McKenzie. Sent right back over by St. Francis. They try the middle with Eric Pollock. Shoots it wide. St. Francis picks up a key point. And with that, Lafayette dishes out a timeout. As Coach Wernicke talks with the sophomore Sophia Wilson. Well, I asked both of these coaches about team strengths. And for St. Francis, the answer that came from Coach Spielvogel is versatility. Last weekend, St. Francis played a few different lineups and put players into positions they don't traditionally play, and they did well in those positions. Coach said, I think they responded well to the challenge, having a team that focuses on putting the team's needs first over their own. I think this is a special team that can go far down the road. And when I asked Coach Wernicke about their team strengths, he said, it's just how hard they play. Mark that how hard this team plays for each other and with each other. It's one of the main strengths of the unit. Energy and grittiness were a few words he used to describe these Lafayette women. But does St. Francis's versatility or does Lafayette's ambitions on the court come through in the late going to make the difference in the first set? It's been a back and forth affair so far. Gwen Atkins down the middle, long. Back at a tie. Both of these teams 2 points away from a victory in the opening set. Destiny McKenzie with a right arm over the net. Dished back. Corinne Burns wide on her attack. St. Francis in danger of dropping 4 straight sets on their home floor. And with that pressure building, St. Francis calls another timeout in a set point situation. C.J. Wernicke, the coach for Lafayette, took over in May of this year after a strong 3-year run as an associate head coach at Binghamton, where the Bearcats won their first American East regular season title and produced multiple All-Americans. Previously led Rutgers for over a decade, earning the program's first Big Ten wins and 9 AVCA academic awards. Before that, guided Fairfield to 4 straight MAAC titles and 2 Coach of the Year honors. As a veteran with more than 20 years of head coaching experience, Wernicke now brings that track record of building programs to Lafayette. Exciting time for the Lafayette women's volleyball program. Lafayette a point away from starting off this match 1-0. McKenzie's serve. Sapia under it for Irwin. Those two have been incredible tonight. So many times we've seen Sapia pop it up perfectly for Irwin to just come crashing down on. Now it's a win by 2 situation for both of these teams. Served over by Alter. They try Fezco, light touch. Burns there for the dig. Back to Burns. Goldrup pops it up high. Eric Pollock nearly with a point. Nice job off the net by Irwin. Wilson for Eric Pollock. Nice dig by Gwen Atkins. Corinne Burns off the hands of Goldrup. Set point now on the side for St. Francis. Ball in the hands of Chandler Alter, and these teams go back and forth with their timeouts. This one from Lafayette. Understandably so. Taking that first set is such a huge advantage for you to really put your team in the driver's seat and have some comfort in that second set. Neither of these teams wanting to give an edge as they bang the battle drum in the stands at Tagal Arena. St. Francis led by head coach Sarah Spielvogel, who's been at the helm since 2016, guided the Red Flash to their first NEC tournament in 7 years back in 2021, earning NEC Coach of the Year honors that season. Since then, she's built the program into a consistent contender with 3 straight postseason appearances and her first overall winning season in 2023. Along the way, she's coached multiple all-conference players, including stars like Maddie Tyus, Corinne Burns, who's on the floor right now, and Sky Eicher. St. Francis a point away from taking set number 1. Alter serve. Fezco gives it a charge. Down the line. It's wide. St. Francis with set number 1. Well, Lafayette played earlier today against Siena. Lost 3-1 after a big win against Youngstown State. Can Lafayette rebound and take the second set for themselves? We'll find out after the break. This is the Altoona Grand Red Flash Classic from Loretto, Pennsylvania.